Hi guys, I was just surveying the sad, lonely graveyard of my past 2020, where I just spent a lot of time taking on the chess.com bots. I provided some content, but I hadn't taken on a bot for a while, and these recent Halloween bots really got me back in the spirit of things. So we're taking on today Sakura. She was the one who I hit, and she completely put a roadblock in my progression with these bots. I tried 2 or 3 times to beat her, couldn't get anywhere with her. So today, let's take her on. 2200, Japanese. She's a professor and plays chess like a science. She loves to reach end games where she can pick her opponents apart. And now, I'm getting a little bit of PTSD, guys, because that's bringing back really bad memories of when I used to. I tried to beat her a lot of times, and I remember saying that intro a lot of times, and it didn't go well. So, sorry, I shouldn't say PTSD lightly like that, but yeah, you get my message. Right, Big Me again. Big Me is back. So she's hitting me with this. Actually, I'm buzzing for this, guys, because I was so used to. Recently, I've just been playing under time pressure, 5-minute, 10-minute games. So it's actually really refreshing to have a bit of time to think about chess, like pure chess, not time chess. So this is a great move. Whenever you play this move, the weakness is they can strike in the center. Because if takes queen in the center, normally, right, when the queen's on this square, you go knight out and you completely punish that move. But when you've put your pawn here, you can no longer get your knight out. So that's why she's playing this very accurate move here. So I could push and then go for something like this. Opening up my dark squares. If check, I go here. So let's just push. Let's just go for this. Maybe if I'm feeling very ambitious, I can go for this move as well, but I've got to be super careful about opening up my king like that. It would defend the pawn. I can also just do that, though. It seems more normal. Just get some development. So they're pinning now, which actually, how do I defend this pawn? This. If takes, they damage my structure, give up the bishop. I can't give away this pawn. If this to defend the pawn, it blocks in my bishop, and I don't think I'm going to be able to hold it long term. I need to get this bishop here, really. If this, going for this, I'm still in the pin though, that's the problem. What if this, just forcing the issue, takes, and then they win the pawn? What if I pin this? You know what, that knight here is probably too strong. I might have to just take it off. Bang. But now it relieves this pressure on my center, and I've solved some issues there, but have I created others? That's the thing. So here, there's this tactic. Take, and queen takes here. So already getting myself in a little bit of trouble. I want to deal with this pin here. It's way too strong. Let's get rid of that bishop. So can I castle? It's just a whole new level playing these like 2200 level ones, guys. It's just another step up from like the Wallies of the world. Wally, really solid bot, but Sakura is just yeah, she's on one. So here, going after the bishop, obviously we'd love to take it, but if here we go here, would they do this? I don't think so. Would they lodge in here? She would love to do that, right? Sakura would love to lodge a bishop in there, stop me castling. So with that in mind, why don't I just castle? Let's try it. I'm a little bit worried about this pawn. She lodges in anyway. But now my rook defends the pawn. Maybe this. If this, that improves the structure. This, and then this, really just forcing the trade. What if they ever go like that? I take this. It's fine. This queen's causing a lot of pressure. I can't develop my bishop because queen takes. This line looked okay, and it's a way of trying to unravel. This is the the nail holding their position together, really. If I can dislodge that, I can rebuild. So they're just defending it. If here, at least the queen no longer hits this, so I'm just going to hit that bishop as intended. Okay, alright, fine. They're arguing that they win a pawn, I guess. But I'm not overly fussed with that one. Like, they've given away the bishop. This is an open file for me. And I know it's a pawn, but it's not. Yeah, I'm not worried. I don't know why. This. We've got, I think it's the only move. We've got to defend the rook and then get out somehow. So if this, it gets rid of that double pawn. This is coming. Could we play this? This is a mental move to consider, but we've got time to do so. So smashing this one out. We'd love to play something like that and trap the queen somehow. This. The reason I considered this is because it gets the bishop out. And then maybe I can solve the problem with the awkward rook here in the corner. This. Can I beat this 2200? I'm not sure. This. You've just got to calculate like so much deeper than in like a normal 5-minute game. It's proper stretches your brain out these games. So what about this? Going for a queen trade. If takes. It gets rid of that doubled pawn. And then they can... It's probably just even. I don't want even. Queen... This. We're going to have to play a bit quicker from now on, but I've got to break out. And now this to add some defense to this pawn. Also lets my bishop out. This, have they not got a lot of pressure here, and takes? Yes, I've got to defend this pawn. Maybe this is annoying, but... So if I come here, they go here. Take. I'd love to play that. But they're always just going to take the pawn. Let's just get a piece out. Bishop's in the way. And this actually looks like a bit of a threat. Because, you know, takes. So this. Alright, so we need to calculate this. This to try and get, like, reconnect the rooks, right? This. I go chock. And the knight defends the pawn. I think that's the way. This, they take it. So it's a bit uncomfortable. This to add some extra protection to this pawn. And actually, I don't mind giving away the bishop now. Because it is quite a bad bishop, you know, behind all these dark square pawns. This to maybe encourage the trade. This and this, they never castle. Or they're slow to castle. Oh, but that pawn stops knight coming here to defend this. Oh, I see. So, oh no, maybe I'm just slightly worse now. This, I mean, defends, but it's so passive. I've got no play. I'm gonna go for this. I'm not loving my position now, guys. They castle and bring another rook, and they've got all the play here. This. My big idea with knight here to defend the pawn to unleash the rooks has just been stopped by this bad boy here. Maybe I've got some play down here, but they just castle. This. Maybe a little pawn storm, I don't know. But this pawn is honestly really annoying. if this, to get this move in with the knight? To always take. Maybe. I'm not sure if this is sound. It doesn't feel that sound, but I'm going to try it. This, queen cut takes, rook takes. If bang bang, they open up their rook. If this, again, they open up the rook. It's a big worry. If this, what is that knight doing? I don't know. I don't know. This whole game, I've just been trying to unravel myself. Are they gonna trade queens for 2 rooks? Wow. That's adventurous. Okay, Sakura, that's very confident. Like, but yeah, it's totally sound, I guess. It's just you wouldn't really see a human do this very often, especially under like time pressure. But a bot will do it all the time. Play with 2 rooks, and they're just threatening to do this and win my queen. What do we think about that? What do we do? If this, here, this, here, this, we've got to come up, right? Can't. We've got to get the king out of this alignment issue. This, is there some... So they just hit the queen. Oh, and the queen's just trapped anyway. Alright, I really hated that game. I actually want to see where I went wrong in the opening. 0 blunders, 1 mistake. Maybe the way I played the opening wasn't technically awful, but it was like, it was passive. This whole, is it Alpine Sicilian? She just defied it with this move here. Maybe I should just take. Let's get a game review on the menu. And see, I just want to learn from this one, because these are probably the most serious games I play. Like my 10-minute games I take seriously, but I probably don't play the best. But I do have sort of high expectations of these games, because I'm spending like 20 minutes. I should play all right. And that move was just so strong. But it says 0-0. Like no one's actually winning here. And the engine says just to give up the rook, I think. You missed a really nice but hard to find move. Well, what was the best move then? What should I have done? What? Push the pawn and give up the rook? This? Because if push... It's quite a thorn of a pawn. Okay. Wow. Obviously I never even considered that. So where else did I go wrong? After this, it was just very hard. They win a pawn. It's not the pawn. It's the bishop. That's the problem. This is like the only move. And I'm trying to unravel. But their play is just too fast. They're just developing and bringing the rooks, and this pawn is very strong. So it doesn't like this reinforcing of the d4 pawn. And this was a genius move, I thought. But the computer says no. I'm a bit fascinated with this one, guys. Sorry. So yeah, the queen sack was just... And I just didn't realize that the queen was trapped regardless. All right, let's go again. Right, let's go again. Karakan, I've got much more prep in this, except it's now like a Slavy thing. So I'm just gonna get my pieces out. I'm gonna do it. So just back. This is a weird move already. I guess they just want my bishop off the board. No. infuriating already, Sakura. I'm going to go for a queen trade because it opens up my rook. Seems alright. So there they develop a knight. This, it blocks in my knight. I think I just develop. I'm really not entertained right now by all this refusing my queen trade, hitting my bishop, pushing this pawn. Like, what is this pawn? This. I get my bishop out, but this, and they can take it anyway. Here, just to try and get rid of that knight, because it's a pest right now. Okay, so they finally trade. Opens up my rook. This is instructive though, guys. They only take when I force the issue. Like, bots, like, good players, but these good bots as well, like, they're so comfortable with, like, maintaining the pressure and just making you suffer in it. And they only relieved it advantageously for them taking my bishop. They only relieved it when forced. So, yeah, I'm going to open up my rook here. Here. Just reinforce. It's a very solid structure. Which might be good, because I've got the knight pair. You don't hear many people talk about the knight pair. Oh, but then they isolate my pawn. Oh. Yeah. Okay, I don't like my structure anymore. They've just exposed me for having these weak pawns. And now, how do I actually defend that? I can't play that, right? That surely is the only way to defend the pawn. But this is just ridiculous. And surely my rook's trapped or something bad's happening right now. I'd love to get a piece out. How is she making me suffer like this? I just can't get out the opening. I like this house. Yeah, and I've just got a feeling my rook's like horrible. What? 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 I take the knight. I don't know what she's gonna do, but it's not gonna be nice. In my head, I was just like, please be a blunder. That is... I don't know whether I'm like disgusted by that move or slightly attracted by that move, but that is... That's cutting me right open. That... What? I didn't see that pawn was hanging. But why? What's the knight got to do with it? Nothing. It was just a bait. It was pure bait. It was just all about this pawn. And my rook was defending the pawn. Sorry I'm a bit slow tonight, guys, but... Ugh. That was vile. I hope if you play Sakura, it ends in a more dignified way than what you just witnessed. Subscribe, like, good night.